Okay, so if you trade FOMC and you buy now, you are going to get completely destroyed. This is what I think. Here is a very, very simple reason for it. So there is a historic FOMC happening today, which will be resulting in a cut at 25% basis point. And I'm going to talk about all this a little bit later. But the most important thing is that this is expected. Like, the market is pricing in a 25% basis point, and they are pricing it in for a long, long time. So this is not a surprise. Market always reacts on surprise, one. Two, it always buys the rumor, sells the news. Always. Two rules that you need to learn. So if you look at this spiced up with what the market is doing now, it's complete. It is a perfect setup for disaster. So what is happening, again, if you have been following the channel here, I've been dropping these daily updates, and on one of these updates, I've been telling you, actually in all of the updates, I've been telling you that I'm expecting a dump happening here, and even the last update that I made was about buying crypto here is dumb. Now, a lot of people ridiculed me, but it was literally right here, and then from there we went down 2-3%, and this was just the beginning of the move. So the reason why I'm expecting is multiple fold. One of the main reasons is because we have to come back 50%. We came up to a daily, the price came up to a daily demand zone, the supply zone up here, and from here it needs to reject and come back to a 50% before fueling up for the next leg up. This has to happen. It's not a question of if, when, how, so, why. So this has to happen. The question is, does it happen from here, or does it happen from here, or we even wick through a little bit and then happens to the 50, but it has to come back. The reason why I think it happens now is multiple. One is that we have a very clear retest to the daily OB, as I marked here, the daily OB, the daily supply zone. If you look here, from this daily supply zone, we have a 12% dump on total market cap. So this is a very, very, very strong supply zone. You see here, it starts, here's the last bump, and then therefore this is the major level. The price comes into this major supply zone and rejects hard. Like you see here, it rejects and it creates a market structure shift, which is basically taking out the low here, signaling that there is a trend change in the structure. So we do see a structure change. We were marking lows and highs, lows and highs, lows and highs, lows and highs, lows and highs. And then we have a low, which is a lower low, therefore shifting the structure. Usually what happens is we have a retrace. So when you have a lower low, this is the high and this is the low because this was the one that broke below. Usually you have a retrace to that level. And I always say this. Again, I drop these daily updates 10 minutes a day. If you don't have time to watch this, I can't help you. If you do, subscribe and smash the like button and the bell button. But I always tell you, if it's elevator down and stairs up, you always want to be in the elevator. Always. Because the elevator is the one that's going to follow through after the stairs happened. And here you see elevator down, stairs up, slow grind up. Elevator down, stairs up, slow grind up. Elevator down, stairs up, slow grind down. And I know a lot of people think, oh, we're going to go to the moon. I don't think that's happening. Of course, today is FOMC. Maybe we get this liquidated. Maybe we pump a little bit. But in general, we're building up so much liquidity, considering the fact that we do have to come back to 50, and considering the fact that this is priced in, 25% basis point is priced in, and the market is extended. It's extended. I told you the bottom is down here. It was the bottom. It's extended. We are 11% up the past 14 days. It's extended. So, considering everything I'm saying, here's what I believe is going to happen. Now that we had a rejection, we had a retrace to that rejection, and I even let you know in the Telegram, I have this free Telegram, I'll let you know that I'm taking a Sol short because the retest is basically done. So I took this Sol short position. It's up about, let me just open this up. It's up about 13%, about $700 now, but I do believe that this is going to perform much better. I'll let you know in the Telegram, but I do think, so my target down here is about the 200-ish region because it's a hedge position that I do believe is worth taking. So ultimately, I believe that we are going to reject, and I do believe that you trading the FOMC and you trying along because there is going to be a 25 basis point and this and that, you are going to get chopped, you are going to get liquidated, and eventually this will just simply nuke down and come back to the 50. Now, as I said, here's the high, and actually this is also an order block, but here's the high, you had the retest, and then we're going to have a rejection, possibly on London close or New York open, and then from there on, even if we wick a little bit above, I do expect us to come back, and I definitely do not expect a close above this level at 4.14. Now, very important, if for any reason there was going to be a 50 basis point rate cut, I think my theory is out of the window because short term, market won't care. They will think it's incredible. They don't realize that the rate cut happened because the economy is broken. This thing will start pumping. I'll update you in the Telegram if in that case that happens. So, but I don't think that is the case. I think this is going to be a sell the news, and we're going to come back to 50. Now, what you have to monitor is, obviously I'm going to update you here, but if we go a little bit higher, adjust this and target down here, I think it's going to be about 3.87. And as you know, I have layered out all my positions. I do have my bots running, because you always have to have the bots running. They build up your positions, and when the next leg comes, it's happening. Actually, I have a video, I'm going to put it in the end, but you can copy my bots with one click. I'm going to focus much more, creating much more of that. If you want any bots, let me know. But in general, I have layered out on most of my positions. I've closed almost all my positions here. I have some open that I think is, you know, like for example, pump is up 458% on 3x. I'm not going to close that. I closed out 9,000 profit here, but I'm going to wait for the retest, and that is going to be the opportunity for us to take generational longs. So I'm going to wait for this to come back a little bit. I don't think it's gonna, I think it can be a quick dump, but I also think that you will have time to get in. I'm going to wait for a market structure shift here, and then I'm going to layer in for the next leg up. But also, it's important to know that if you go into the daily chart, I actually would not be surprised if this would just come down, even down here at like 3.81. So that would be about a 4 or 5% dump, which aligns very much with what usually happens in September. September is usually on average a -2, -3% month. So I would not be surprised if we come all the way down 3.73 and retest down here. So I just want you to be cautious. The market looks good. The whole rate cut thing looks good, but it's one, it's, as I said, it's priced in. Two, we have to come back to the 50, and three, they're cutting because there is a massive problem. The Fed is forced. I'm going to talk about all this on 24/7 later doing a show. Guys, as I promised you, I'm bringing you these updates. If this resonates with you, subscribe to the channel, come back for another one tomorrow, or the day after tomorrow. I'm going to update you in the Telegram, link in the description. And also, this is the perfect time to get into bots and start copying the settings that I have. You can layer in. The next leg is coming. I think the easiest way to do that is with the bots. I have this where I made 42% profit with the bots. You can click on there, and then there's a link in the description. You can claim a $1,000 bonus if you sign up today. Guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.